Hey, hey! Happy Friday and happy Digest Day! I had so much fun putting these digests together last season that I'm doing it again because it's such a nice chance for me to look around and look at what's inspiring me and then share that with you. So if you have enjoyed these, tune in on Fridays for short and sweet digests, particularly this season, looking for inspiration on people who've changed, who've made pivots, who have had big decisions thrust upon them or have chosen themselves to switch it up and do something different. Hoping you'll follow along and be inspired as well every Friday. Hey, happy Friday. I was actually not going to post today. I was going to hang up the sign and say, on vacation, lost my voice, which I had earlier this week. It's back, but I had, and call it a week without a Cream City Digest. And then my friend Andrea shared a beautiful poem today in a circle that I have been a part of with her for the last 8 weeks. And she shared this poem that took my breath away. And so I just wanted to come on here and share this in case you need to hear this too. It is a poem by Allison Luderman, who I believe is a Bay Area poet. And she shared it with Robert Reich, and he shared it on his Substack, and Andrea follows him and shared it with me. And it is called At Albany Bulb with Elaine. And apparently Albany Bulb is this place in California that once used to be a landfill that now people love to walk on or around. I don't know. I haven't been there, but it's somewhere to walk. And so this poem by Allison Luderman just speaks to this exact moment in time. At Albany Bulb with Elaine. Side by side on a log by the bay, sunlight, unleashed dogs, prancing through surf, almost exploding out of their skins with perfect happiness. Dogs who don't know about fired park rangers or canceled healthcare research or tariff wars or the suicide hotline for veterans getting defunded or. We've listed horror upon horror to each other for weeks now, and it does no good. So instead, I tell her how I held a 2-day-old baby in my arms, inhaling him like a fresh-baked loaf of bread, then watched as a sneeze erupted through his body like a tiny volcano. It was the look of pure astonishment on his face, as if he were Adam in the Garden of Eden making his debut achoo, as if it were the first sneeze that ever blew that got me. She tells me how her dog once farted so loudly he startled himself and fell off the bed where he'd been lolling. And then the two of us started to laugh so hard we almost fall off our own log. And this is our resistance for today, remembering original innocence. And they can't take it away from us. Though they ban our very existence, though they slash our rights to ribbons, we will have our mirth and our birthright gladness. Long after every unsold Tesla has vaporized and the earth has closed over even the names of these temporary tyrants, somewhere some women like us will be sitting side by side, facing the water, telling human stories and laughing still. I don't know about you, but I needed to hear that poem today. I almost just want to, say, take that. The poets will save us. The artists will save us. Which reminds me, in a few weeks, you will get to hear a conversation I just had with the former Wisconsin Poet Laureate, Dasha Kelly, who's back on the podcast. And we talk about how the artists are going to save us. I don't know what to say about this poem, but I just hope that we can look for that resistance. What does that look like for each of us? That small glimmer of joy, of laughter, of falling off logs because things are so funny, of telling stories and reminding each other of why we're human. Shout out to my friend Andrea Shear who shared this. You can find Andrea's work, and she makes some beautiful things that bring so much joy on her website, Andrea Shear. I'll put the link in the show notes. She'll be running circles again starting in April, and they're online Zoom calls once a week for about an hour and a half. And she just attracts incredible women who share deeply and passionately and joyfully and authentically, which I think is what I love the most. So if you're interested in joining a women's circle, if the opportunity to share in community with women and talk and bring questions and feel seen and feel heard by other women, her circles, I would highly recommend. She also has a book called Wonder Seeker, 52 Ways to Wake Up Your Creativity and Find Your Joy, which, I mean, who doesn't need that right now? So I highly recommend her book as well. And I want to shout out also that Shelly, former co-host of Cream City Dreams, is still offering her Tuesday morning meditations. If a loving kindness metta meditation would be a good way to start your week, I highly recommend hopping over to her website and signing up for her meditations. And she's also got some interesting coaching options, especially if you might be interested in the Enneagram. I know I just read in her most recent newsletter that she's offering some Enneagram consulting and coaching as well. All right, I am going to keep it short and sweet this week because it's still a spring break and I am still on vacation. So I'm going to get back to it. One last reminder that Tuesday, April 1st, huge day in Wisconsin. Make sure you have a plan to vote. Make sure you know where your polling station is, that you're registered, and what you need to do if you're not, or if you don't know where it is, find out. We need to show up on Tuesday, Wisconsin. Let's do this. I will be back next Wednesday with another incredible woman from Milwaukee living her dream in the Cream City. Until then, Milwaukee, keep on dreaming.